Did you know that the NAACP once had a black man with blonde hair and blue eyes walk right into lynch mobs because white supremacists didn't realize that he was black? Yeah, his name was Walter Francis White. And that's how he uncovered the truth that this country tried to hide. And once you hear what he did, you'll understand why his name should be everywhere. Walter was born in Atlanta in 1893. Blonde hair, blue eyes, but both his parents were black. And when he was 13, the Atlanta race massacre exploded across his city. White mobs roaming the streets, people fleeing for their lives, buildings burning. He watched it all from his family's rooftop. And that was the moment he learned exactly what this country was. And he carried that memory with him forever. He didn't join the NAACP because he wanted a title or attention. He joined because he wanted the truth. Not rumors, not white newspaper lies. The real facts about racial violence. And he realized something. Because of the way he looked, he could get into places that no other black investigator could safely go. So when towns tried to hide lynchings, Walter walked right in. He traveled to small towns right after the violence happened, when emotions were high and people were still on edge, pretending to be a white journalist. Sheriffs talked to him, politicians talked to him, and mob members bragged to him. They gave him names, motives, details, not knowing they were talking to a black man. He ended up investigating over 40 lynchings firsthand. That's not exaggeration, that's documented. During the Elaine massacre investigation in Arkansas, his luck ran out. Someone figured him out and word spread fast. Men started gathering with guns. He ran to the train station, jumped on a moving train, and escaped with seconds to spare. Most people would have stopped after that. Walter Francis White went back into the field. He documented the truth that white newspapers refused to print. Police involvement, coordinated mobs, fabricated accusations, crowds treating lynchings like public events, whole towns protecting murderers. His investigation into the lynching of Mary Turner, a pregnant black woman, shook the nation. It forced Congress to confront what the South had been covering up. Walter Francis White didn't fight racism from a podium. He walked into the violence. He walked into the lies. He walked into the same mobs that killed our people and made them hand him the evidence. He didn't just record the truth. He risked his life to drag it into light. That's the kind of revolutionary that America hopes you never learn about. Say his name, Walter Francis White.
Walter Francis White chose to be black and fight for black people. Born on July 1st, 1893 in Atlanta, Georgia to two light-skinned middle-class parents who had both graduated from colleges Atlanta University and Clark University. With light-skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair, he could have easily passed for white like a lot of other black people did, but he actually witnessed the Atlanta race riot of 1906 when over 25 black people was killed for no reason, and at this point he decided that he was black. He graduated from Atlanta University in 1916 and helped to establish the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP. He became the executive secretary and one of the main investigators for the NAACP, and he was able to use his white skin to just go to a town where a black person had been killed and just be friendly with the random white people and get evidence for over 40 different murders of black people in America. Because of his skin color, he was kind of able to play both sides. For example, not only was he a delegate at the Second Pan-African Congress, but he also helped to convince President Truman to desegregate the military. He worked as the executive secretary of the NAACP until he transitioned on March 21st, 1955 at only 65 years old.